That's what the trainers taught people to do. Because if you start off above the market and the market's going down, you're never going to sell the home, right? You're going to have to go lower and lower. And that was a disaster for people who had equity. Once they got into that no equity spot, then we all got reinforcement. I certainly did. I experimented all sorts of pricing models. And, I saw what the best ones were. And one of the best ones is to price below the market and then, let multiple offers bring it up. However, there are caveats. I talk about that in my seller training. We're going to see a series of videos on that later, but I've already got some on the net. So anyway, my name is John McConnin. I've sold over 150 homes as a real estate broker. I've sold a lot more than that to buyers, and I've also helped people buy houses because I'm also an attorney when they go to a listing agent directly. I've referred properties out all over. This is coming to you from experience, especially the pain I experience as a buyer in this market, being a contingent seller and losing out. So that's what's motivating both of these series. I want to help people, and then marketing. Maybe we'll work together. Maybe we won't. That's okay. That's not what this is about at the moment. This is just to help people out there, and really change the way people are doing business, because the business models, all these discount things are out there. Let's just get the information out there, and then you can make good decisions. So here's the deal. Buyer's agents could represent you zealously, do a great job, do the marketing, everything else. But are they going to really help you in a multiple offer situation? I'd say, you're going to have problems. I think you're going to just have to go to the listing agent directly. But I've already talked about that in the previous videos. So let's just talk about what it takes. One, you want to have a clean offer that doesn't involve a lot of variables. You're going to want to look like a non-contingent buyer most of the time, unless you're willing to pay too much. Now, there's a way to have your home under contract and looking pretty good and probably being seen as a non-contingent buyer or its equivalent. I'll talk about that in other videos. That's late in this series. And I think you're really going to want to sort of pre-negotiate what you have to do. Now, I know this sounds like you're giving away your leverage, but it's just the reality when there's other buyers out there who are being like in some strong markets, they're being taught to waive their contingencies, like, their financing contingency, their inspection contingency, and people get hurt. People got houses, and in Silicon Valley, they probably went up a ton, but for a little while, they might have been worried. But people are giving away that, like, if you've got the money to fix up the home anyway, and you don't care about slab cracks, I guess the only thing you're worried about at that point is that you actually own the property free and clear of, arguments about title or, I don't want to go over that right now. That's the other thing. So, sometimes you waive your contingencies. Sometimes you waive your financing contingencies. Sometimes you just say, well, look, I'll pay for the homeowner's warranty. Sometimes you're going to say, look, I'm a cash buyer. I'm ready to go. Here's some cash. I've got it in the account, or I've got this screenshot of my strong account, or I have it in my retirement account, which I'll use if my home doesn't sell. So we're not contingent. But you want to make your offer as clean as possible. Then, this is just a question. It's so rarely used. There needs to be communication between you or your buyer's agent, the listing agent, and the seller. I'm a motivated buyer. I'm going to close on this. This home will be great for my family. I'm not fooling around. What's it going to take for me to win this property? Now, if your listing agent is smart, they discussed it, they've had this question from the buyer, they think you're a buyer who understands what's going on, and they're going to come back and say, look, we're looking for the following. And it could be a number. It could be to put you in the top bidding, someone who can close fast, someone who's flexible on the new purchase. There could be so many answers that are not a violation of the listing agent's ethics in selling a property as a realtor. I mean, if you're getting that, you say, look, I've spent time, or maybe you have an agent or me explaining this, I've spent time understanding the ethics. If we're working to meet all your seller's needs, and at the same time, you're helping me be a buyer, how could that be unethical? So, these are the questions that maybe if you have your seller answer, I can put together an offer that makes me the best buyer they want to work with. I can show them what they need. So, can we try to go about this again so that I can help your seller get what they need and be the winning bidder? So, really what I'm saying, you have to get through the real estate listing agent training and all the crazy people on the internet that talk about realtor ethics, who don't think that this information should be disclosed, you have to get through to the listing agent that it's not unethical, that you'll sign whatever it takes, that you'll explain, look, I know one of the biggest issues is my lender. I will let you discuss with my lender directly these issues you have so you can pass them on to the seller during the negotiations. It will not create a conflict of interest with you, because I'm saying ahead of time, you can do it. I want to do whatever it takes to be the winning buyer. I don't mind if my information's shared. I was passionate about that because I've tried so many times. I have worked with disappointed buyers who don't feel that the listing agent was doing work for them. I have helped sellers try to get out of listing contracts and when listing agents blew multiple offer scenarios. And it's generally because they're afraid to talk because they don't understand the situation. So I'm saying you can educate yourself on the situation. You may or may, somewhere between I want this house no matter what shape it's in, and I want this house, but I want everything in my favor, is a land of education about ethics, even sales. You got to present your offer in a sales way and getting that winning offer. There is some information out there. I'm saying come up. You can do it if you're working with me. Like, I don't have to be your buyer's agent. I'm going to want to get paid a few $1,000s, let's say. But, we could see it as a split in the referral fee. We try to capture the entire buyer's fee and we share it. And I do this work with you in a one-on-one. I will be creating a coaching program where we'll put people into the program and we can have enough live coaching sessions where we can help you all come up to speed on the important things for a buyer or not. But I'm just saying that, this is the one that works even from buying agents. Could you have your seller tell me what it's going to take to have my buyer be the winning bidder? How can I not proceed to help that person ethically, right? That's the absolute winning question. How can I do what your seller needs so that I can be, or my client can be, the winning bidder? And if you get the ethical roadblock, you just say, ethically, I would like you to present these questions because my buyer, or I, if you're the buyer, am willing to do whatever it takes to make your seller happy and be the winner. It's okay. 1 in 10 agents are eventually, and maybe the next question is, by the way, can I speak with your broker? If you're worried about breaking your brokerage's rules, most brokers are smart enough. They've had the experience to understand this market. And so I don't know, maybe sometimes you need a lawyer to explain the ethics. Maybe sometimes you bring out the real ethics guides, the NAR ethics, and say, look, we're not violating any of these. Let's get this done. Okay, so I think I've hammered that point home enough. I am now going to do, let's say we're not in that multiple offer situation. No, I'm now going to talk about how, I don't know what my next video is going to be. You're just going to have to look at the title. I think the next video should be, I had a list, but now I'm past the ones I wanted to hit. The next point is probably how to save the commissions, how to capture some or all of the buyer's agent's commission by doing some of the work yourself or working with an entrepreneurial buyer's agent. All right, John McConnin, thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.